Hey guys, it's Jonathan, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite stocks to be long, and that is, let me get this straight, that is Lyft. We're going to talk about Lyft today, not Uber. We're going to talk about Lyft today because 30 days ago, I wrote an article, I wrote an essay, we sent it out to everybody, and it talked about the big, beautiful bill, because I found something in the big, beautiful bill that I think is gonna move a bunch of stocks, and my favorite stock was Lyft. It still is Lyft. We already got a pop. I think Lyft is gonna go much higher, but I'm gonna show you exactly why I thought Lyft was gonna go higher, the reasons, what I found in the bill, and then also we're gonna go over the entire market. We'll go over the Russell 2000, the IWM. We'll go over the NASDAQ. I got the chat open. Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining. We always get on about 10 minutes early, say good morning, check in on everybody. Let's go to the slide deck. This is gonna be fun. Okay guys, here we go. All right, here's where it all started out. Buy Lyft. We bought Lyft in our community. We still have an open position in Lyft, but we did close a position, so I could talk about that right now. We bought our position July 30th. We got out of it yesterday, August 25th. We bought for $1.30, and then I don't have the price that we sold out, but we made 150%. So it looks like we sold out about $3. Here's why I am so obnoxiously bullish on Lyft. This is the article. I shared the article in the chat. We'll also share it in the description under the video as well. The big, beautiful sleeper catalyst that's ready to send these 5 stocks soaring. Jonathan Rose, we shared this August 1st. Let me go through it. The rule that changed the game, and nobody's really talking about this yet. What I try to do, I'm really good at finding these stories. I want to find these stories before the mainstream media finds these stories. If you got a chance to watch yesterday's video, we talked about a stock, QXO. Well, over this past weekend, Barron's ran a huge cover, not a cover story, a huge one-pager on QXO. So we want to find those stocks like QXO, which I found months ago. Then when the media gets it, we get the big bounce and we're getting out while everybody else is getting in. So here's what happened, guys. In the big, beautiful bill, between 2022 and 2024, US companies were not allowed to deduct their R&D costs all at once. Well, the big change is now they can. They can go back to 2022, 2023, and 2024, and they can amortize their R&D expenses. What that is going to give, it's going to give companies with huge R&D a massive one-time entry into their cash flow. That is the catalyst. That is the reason. And so Lyft is the number one name on this list. Lyft we shared, this is from the article. It was trading 14. Lyft spends around $375 million a year on US R&D. That used to drag down the reported income. That expense gets taken up front. That creates an instant lift to both GAAP earnings and free cash flow. I've been doing this for a long time. I started trading in 1997. We want to find the stories before everybody else does. That's what we found with Lyft, and that is why Lyft is slowly starting to trade higher. We got in Lyft. Lyft just went from 13 all the way up to 17. Why did we take off some of our position? Well, we took off some of our position because we traded right up to the expected move, right here. We traded up to the expected move. This is where we take profit. 76% of the time, Lyft closes inside their expected move. Denny is saying Unity has a large R&D expense. That's correct. Unity does have a large R&D expense. Unity is one of the top 5 names on that list. Here's Lyft again. Lyft rallies again. We took some profit on half of our position just to be prudent. I am obnoxiously bullish Lyft. They haven't even shared this in their conference call. I think by the end of the year, Lyft trades comfortably over 20. But we want to get on prints. There's nothing wrong with taking some profit. If it pulls back, we can get right back in. But now we're in a position that we don't care if Lyft goes trade 20 because we still have exposure, or if Lyft trades down to 14 and allows us to get back into the trade. That's a real powerful position for a trader to have. Just to be transparent, love to share what's going on in our Discord. I took some highlights. Ernie, 158%. James makes $36,000 or 110%. Linda makes 150%. Michael, 148%. Navi, it looked like he grabbed 200%. And then John here, 164%, $3,200 in profit. Bravo, bravo. So what did we do? Read the content that we shared. The most important thing when I share content is, do you understand the trade? If you understand the trade, you may decide, hey, that's a cool trade. That resonates with me. I'm going to get into that trade. That's what I want for you. Do you understand the trade? Does it resonate with you? Does it make sense? If you end up reading the research, looking at the trade, and it doesn't make sense, well, take a pass. No harm, no foul. Not every trade that I share is going to be a wing dinger. Lots of them are going to be pretty good, but you want the trade to make sense to you. And if it does, then you get in with your hard-earned money and risk your hard-earned money. I do want to go over the NASDAQ and the IWM. I don't want to just talk about Lyft, so I'm going to do that right now. But do me a favor, guys. Can I get a yes if you have this trade in Lyft? Let everyone see how many of us have this trade in Lyft, because this trade makes a lot of sense. It's a heck of a trade. I'm going to embarrass myself really good if people say they don't have this trade, but I got a hunch we're going to get lots of yeses because this is a very, very sensible trade. So hopefully, as those yeses come flooding in, there they go. Here come the yeses. Thank you. Almost got very embarrassed that nobody had the trade, but now that the yeses are coming in, I'm going to pull up the overall market and we'll go over that right now. I just want to go over IWM, Russell, bullish, guys. Bullish IWM, especially as rates drop. Russell will be strong. Look how strong the Russell's been. This is a weekly right now. It's Tuesday. This is a weekly. The key lines in the sand, the key numbers to watch in your IWM. This is a weekly chart, okay? Last week, the high, 235.42. 235.42, okay? The week before that, the high, 231.46. This is your number, guys. Anything above 231.46 is bullish, bullish, bullish. That's your line in the sand. If we do get under that, probably going to trade lower, but we're 2 points away. It's a very, very strong support. The market is strong. The volatility numbers are weak. We are going higher. IWM, you know that we're going higher as long as we stay above that 231 and change number. Very confident with this. And I love that there's a tight, you can use it as a stop, but bullish IWM. Let's go to the Qs. Now, if anything, NASDAQ is so expensive relative to IWM. I actually think the Qs will continue to trade higher, but I think the IWM, the Russell, is going to trade higher at a faster clip. I think the market is really strong. I think the government wants the market to go higher. I think that rates are going to come down. So in these next couple of months, market is strong. As long as we don't have any huge news bombs breakout, news bombs, God forbid, war, whatever. Obviously, that's bearish. Watch your volatility levels, the VIX numbers, but overall, market looks really, really good. I would just rather be long that Russell rather than the NASDAQ. Okay? Hope that makes sense for everybody. If you want to go deeper, join us at investorplace.com/challenge 2025. It's the most cost-effective way to master the foundation of my strategy. You'll get the Basis Watch tool and connect with our Discord community. Keep your eyes on the markets, and remember, the creative trader wins.